Welcome to the MadGood Knicks Show. I'm Far, that's T, that's J. We're here to give you all the Knicks news all the damn time. Check us out on Instagram at MadGood Knicks Show. Guys.
Good to have you back.
Thanks, man.
We got a lot to talk about. Nothing's really changed since the last time. The Knicks are still bad.
When you say we have a lot to talk about, do you mean like the same stuff?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
But there's Trey Burke. There's Troy Williams. The Knicks made a little move.
There's
here
still
and there.
Jeff Hornacek. God knows why.
Exactly.
The Jeff Hornacek experience.
And this episode in particular, a little bit special. We're doing a little cross collaboration with our friends from LaCalleTv. So stick around for that.
That rolled off the tongue nicely for you.
It's all natural for me.
Natural.
There we go.
He doesn't shave much.
French for a second.
Anthony for three.
I think we see Willis coming out. Won the NBA championship.
Have the first pick in the 1985 NBA college draft.
Season ends the hands of the Chicago Bulls.
Reggie Miller is tied the game.
The Spurs are your world champions.
New York Knicks select Kristaps Porzingis.
All right, guys, question of the week. Make sure you answer below. You'll be featured in the next episode, perhaps. What is the priority, #1 priority for the New York Knicks this offseason? Comment below. Let us know your thoughts. We'll feature it on the next episode.
We look forward to hearing what you guys are going to say. Man, oh man, what a revelation Trey Burke has been. Jeff Hornacek looked highly confused after he saw Trey Burke score 26 points. He was like, oh, where did this guy come from? He's been in my bench the whole time? Yeah, Jeff, he has.
I don't know. I think for Burke it was nice. I think it was the fact that they needed that time after All-Star break.
Yeah.
Because since then he's been on fire. I think he's very comfortable with the system now. Yeah, I think it's more so interesting right out the All-Star break.
You know what? But this is like, are we shocked?
No,
Like
we're
us
not.
three here,
No.
we're not
No.
shocked. Many fans at home, we're not shocked.
I think
It's just-
given the time, you made a post on that. Anytime he's over 20 minutes in the game,
He produces.
yeah.
He produces.
Funny, last 3 games off the bench, of course. 26 points, and 18 points. So the past 3, he's averaging 23.
points a game.
6, 8 assists.
That's no joke.
How many did he do tonight? How many
5.
assists? 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
5 assists.
Now let me ask you guys: would you start him now because we don't really want to win? And you had brought that point up earlier too.
don't.
Would we start him now, or kind of leave him on the bench?
To be honest, I just think you have to start him because you don't fully know what he brings to the table in terms of running the offense. You know he can score, but like, yo, just give this guy a chance. He's a bona fide point guard in this league.
Yeah,
Start him.
looking borderline AI-ish, which
Looks
I like.
like him.
What I do
Ain't
want to
as
talk
good.
about now is what does this actually do to Frank Ntilikina's playing time? Because it's kind of bizarre what they're doing with him. Playing him a little
Does nothing.
shooting guard.
They're infatuated with Frank
You know
somehow.
what? This is
There's
something
something
that we
Frank's
spoke about
doing.
off camera. But
He's
like,
cooking for the whole team. Some French cuisine. Come on, we all know the French
Bringing
can
in
cook.
some croissants.
Yeah, something.
Some croissants for everybody.
Something.
Cue my man Keenan.
My little croissant.
Via escargot in the boat. All right, what's up? What do you got today?
My man Frank, it's odd because, you know, and I got to give credit to Perry and Mills for what they're doing here. Because they're just trying to acquire talent, young talent, at all costs. You know what I mean?
AKA Troy Williams.
AKA Troy Williams, Moutier. It's respectable. It's very admirable. But at the same time, we all know this was Phil's doing. But we drafted Frank Ntilikina to be the point guard of the future. As of right now, guys, we're playing the point guard of the future at shooting guard.
It's weird.
It is very
It's weird. But at the same time, it's like, what's the alternative here?
This is the time to tinker, play around.
It is.
Why
It kind
not?
of is because you want ideally if you have some sort of like combo guard in the sense of you can play point and shooting guard. You know, why not?
See, okay, I get it. And a lot of our fans are going to react to this because what I said, he's playing the 2-guard. He's really just a combo guard in a 2-guard set. I understand that. But when you drafted the guy to be your franchise point guard...
Why is he playing any other position?
Exactly. And you're trying to develop him now, dude, we all know next year he's not starting at the shooting guard.
He's
You
not,
still have
but
Lee,
Jeff
you
has
still have
been
Hardaway.
infamous for essentially always doing like a 2-point guard system.
I don't
Yeah.
want to talk about what he's been infamous for because it has not been anything in New York.
And
No, but
chances are
he's-
he ain't gonna be
good.
But he
around
does
next
that
year.
pretty often in his lineups. 2-point guard
And-
lineups.
But it hasn't worked here. You know what this is kind of reminiscent of? And I know I'm comparing apples and oranges here because the person I'm about to mention had a lot more success.
Who?
But this is reminiscent of like D'Antoni, when he tried to use his system that worked so well with the Phoenix Suns and implement it here in New York with Marbury and all these guys, and it didn't work. Jeff had success for one season in Phoenix running a 3-guard set, like college basketball. In college basketball, they do a lot of that. Run a 3-guard set, and it worked over there in the West
But
Coast.
they were also all very good bona fide NBA point guards.
That's the thing.
Too. You had
That's what
3
other
very
people
good
aren't realizing.
point
I'm
guards.
glad you mentioned that. Those were 3 different
And
point
kind of
guards.
veteran.
Can we go
They were
over
young,
them?
but
It
they
was
were
young.
Thomas, Bledsoe,
Thomas,
and
Bledsoe, and
Dragic.
Dragic. And the crazy thing about it is they all brought their own skill set to the table. You're adding Moutier, who can't shoot. Frank can't shoot. They both have trouble getting dribble penetration. Trey's the only one who's a standalone. He got his mid-range shot locked down. His handles are up there. He can beat people off the dribble. I mean, it's just a different ball game. It's not just the
It
fact
is.
that they're guards. They don't offer much.
It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I'd love to move forward with all 3 of them and try to make it work somehow, some way, but we'll see.
Yo,
In the
Far, let me ask
meantime,
you
yeah,
about,
what's up?
Troy Williams. What do you think about him?
Real quick, Troy, explosive young forward, and that's what I like to see.
Yeah,
so
same.
some of his moves around the basket have been stellar.
You know he's only
very
on a 10-day.
JR-like.
What
So
would
yeah,
you do?
absolutely. Keep extending that 10-day. Keep giving it to him.
Would you sign him for the remainder of the season?
Why not? I also don't want to we are the Knicks, and we're gonna the bar is
Very
off
well.
camera
Yeah.
down here. So anytime we see something, we haven't had a formidable forward all season, really.
Very true.
Yeah.
So outside of KP, obviously, but when we see something that looks like, oh my God, this is kind of salivating-esque.
Yeah.
Like this is good. Yeah,
young, man.
He is young. He's 23. It's like, what do you have to lose at this point?
Yeah, he's uber
10-day
athletic.
contract. That's all I'm thinking. I'm
Yeah.
not thinking too high, not too low. 10-day contract. Let's just see what you can do.
Anyway, guys, so stick around. We got LaCalleTv coming on. We're going to talk a little bit about that and what we're potentially going to be doing with them. All right, guys, so you know the deal. We're going to pick a name out of a hat, and this time we're going to talk about what is the player thinking right now, the state of the Knicks, so on. Let's kick it off. Ron Baker. I think he's just counting his prayers right now because Lord knows he should not be in the NBA.
All right, guys, you know the deal. Same shit Far said. You just picked stuff out of hat. Lee. Carter. Lee. Courtney Lee is thinking, damn, how did I get so lucky still starting 60 games into the season when the season means nothing?
All right. I'm feeling things. I'm pulling one out. Moutier must be thinking, it's ironic how all things play out. And he's finally in the Garden.
Oops. Frank Ntilikina. I think he's sweating right now because Trey Burke and Emmanuel Moutier are looking pretty okay for franchise point guards. Frank, not so much yet. Still coming, but right now,
Trey is thinking, how the hell am I fighting for my point guard spot with a 45-year-old Jared Jack, a one-eyed vision Frank Ntilikina, and Emmanuel Moutier? How is this possible?
Next, we got Joe Kim. He must be thinking how nice it is that people like Al Horford still think of him and reach out and say that he could contribute to a playoff team. But there's not a playoff team that actually wanted you because he didn't trade for you. So that means they don't want you at the value that you're getting paid at, which means you're not worth it. Quick thought.
Michael Beasley. It's hard to gauge whatever he's thinking right now. I think he's genuinely happy. I do want to see him on the New York Knicks next year. Let's give that man a contract. As for what he's actually thinking, I don't know. chopped cheese and halal. He still doesn't really know what that is.
All right, last one, guys. Thankfully, I'm out of this. Enes Kanter. He's thinking he still wants to be a Knick, and how can he terrorize Turkey some more? I'm out of here.
KP. You must be thinking that KP. KP. You must be thinking how you went through surgery and being optimistic. I hope. Stay optimistic.
Lance Thomas. I think just enjoying the game right now, enjoying life. It's not a whole lot to say about this guy. He's still getting burned, right? That's one positive out of this. I don't know why he's playing right now. As a veteran, I don't know why he's playing, but he's there.
I lied. There's one more. You can see the enthusiasm on my face. 45-year-old Jared Jack. He's thinking, how can I slow down my aging process so I can continue to start? How can I follow Jeff Hornacek to the next team so he continues to start me? I'm out.
Last but not least, Timmy Shimmy. Tim Hardaway Jr. must be thinking, how the hell am I leading this team and we still not winning? Because I'm getting the big bucks out here. I guess next year. Next year.
This is the MadGood Knicks Show. I'm Far, that's T, that's J. Here with special guests from LaCalleTv, Lewis. Bada bing, bada boom. Gringo, is that what they call you?
The Gringo from Latin TV.
There
Let's
it
go
is.
Knicks.
All right, so we want to know, of course, with our fan base here, why are you on here? You got to be some sort of Knick fan, I believe, from 1998.
Absolutely. And first of all, I want to say I was a fan of the MadGood Knicks Show before they even knew me. That's number one. But number two,
here's the $20 I was going to get.
let's talk about this. I was a Michael Jordan fanatic, right? And I know that's sacrilege in MSG, but I was a huge Chicago Bull fan. We used to go to see them play in Chicago with my family, and I used to take heat, get spit on in my school for being a Bull fan. But here's the thing, I liked him since I was younger, Michael Jordan. But I was always an admirer of the Knicks defense and their blue collar work ethic. So I never really hated the Knicks. I really, really liked the Knicks, although I was a Michael Jordan fanatic. Mm-hmm. So when Michael actually retired in 1998, I said, you know what? I live here in New York. I respect the team. I respect the organization. I'm a Knicks fan. So I was always a Knicks fan.
So you said when you retired, what happened in 93, 94, that first set of retirement? You were still a Jordan fan? You were a baseball fan all of a sudden?
That was a good question. I remember the 94 series when Scottie Pippen was going up against the Knicks.
That's right.
In that time, and I was like, I was still rooting for the Chicago Bulls because I was a Pippen fan at that time as well. But I have to say, I was admiring the Knicks from afar, and once Jordan retired, I was right there with the team.
All right, we'll let this one slide. We know you cover the Knicks a lot. Lewis's Instagram is down here. LaCalle Instagram and information down below on the lower thirds. Make sure you guys check them out. But we are here to talk about the Knicks.
Yes.
So great segue, man.
I'm a huge
Bulls, right?
The biggest Knicks fan in the world.
The best series Jordan ever had was against the Monstars.
Yeah.
Come on. Greatest game of all time.
We have to mix any Michael Jordan jokes, please.
Nothing to do with Michael Jordan or the Bulls. I want to talk about the culture here. All right, you did mention that defense that you were in love with, even when you were a Jordan fan. Guys, we've been talking about this all season long. It's the tank versus the culture. Right. Where are the Knicks going right now? Where do you think is the best place? Jay, I want to kick it off with you, man. Let's hear what you got to say.
Give it to him, Jay. We tank hard.
Why?
What do you mean why?
I'll tell you. Well,
we cash in on the draft,
but on the contrary, it's like
people that are
building.
coming in. What do you mean? What are we building right now? We have a French guy that can barely play, let's be honest. Well,
to be fair here, right? It's unfortunate that Frank is in the position that he's in because he's being played outside of his natural position, whatever that may be.
I mean, he's the point guard,
and
right?
playing him at the 2? Yeah, the Knicks are playing him at the 2 right now. So I do understand what you're saying, and as far as the tank goes, sure, I do agree with you, we should tank.
Yeah.
But as far as the culture goes, think about it, right? They can't allow themselves to build this tank mentality, right? So they have to find alternative ways to do so. And building that culture for only maybe the rest of this season would be leading towards getting those draft picks. But otherwise, the culture should be to win going forward.
This is New York, right?
Yes.
This is New York. We have a win now mentality. We have the mentality of what have you done for us lately? New Yorkers do. I'm not talking about the Knicks. I'm just talking about New York.
Okay, so it's for the fan base, yes.
Lewis, your thoughts, my friend?
You segued perfect. So I think that New York City has a different mentality. All right, New York City has a blue-collar, hard work mentality, and just for this year, I'm okay with the Knicks tanking for this year because of the KP injury. If KP was not injured, I believe we should go in that hard play route. They're in 22nd place right now. We got to drop a couple and go for that draft pick. Now, one thing that people don't understand is that in terms of the Knicks fans and the base, man, we put so much pressure on them to win now. It never happened with Carmelo and Amari Stoudemire, right?
Going back to Eddie Curry, that Jerome James contract.
Exactly.
Okay, can I just
and it comes back to defense because we're built on a blue collar sort of like a culture. We need that. And we haven't restored any of that defensive toughness, not with any of those guys you just mentioned. So I would love for it to move forward in that hardcore blue-collar New York mentality.
Okay, I do want to point. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, shoot.
But we've had some amazing coaches in that time space.
We're
talking about Lenny Wilkens.
Yeah. One of the all-time
legends.
Yeah.
We're talking about Larry Brown. Yeah. Another legend. Like,
the Knicks are the only franchise that could taint Isaiah Thomas's
It's true.
And not just his. I mean, like the list
Let's
goes
talk
on.
about Phil Jackson.
Let's talk about Phil Jackson, right?
D'Antoni, Phil Jackson, the list goes on. All right, so
really quickly, I just want to touch on this. So when we're talking about culture-wise, I have to break it up into 2 here. I have to talk about the Knicks fanhood culture and then the organizational culture. I think there are 2 separate paths going right now.
Okay.
In terms of the fans, of course, we're always going to have a win now mentality, but going forward with Mills and Perry, I think their kind of culture that they're building is a build for the future kind of win later mentality. You know? So let's separate the 2.
How proactive they're even being with the Troy Williams signing.
Exactly.
Youth, movement, aggressiveness, because he is being aggressive on the sidelines and whatnot. So
they didn't make
they're still being active.
They didn't make any big trades to try to, salvage whatever is left of the season or anything,
And Noah's still on the team.
Noah's still in there.
Noah's still in there. Jack's
Also, the reason for tanking, where I'm saying maybe for this year or even next year, we do have once-in-a-generation type of players.
Listen,
absolutely. We have an amazing core. We have an amazing core.
If we can add a generational type of player, someone like a Zion Williamson, he's coming out next
You've
year.
been talking about Zion for some years now.
Never stop. Not about this kid.
I get it. We have to tank to get the higher draft picks. Trust me, I understand that. But I'm talking about the tank versus the culture. If you create an entire culture, we already have a losing culture, let's be quite honest. If we're all open and saying, you know what, guys, we're no longer really trying to win games, that depletes any kind of free agency. In a media market like New York, that never spells anything
So far,
well.
correct me if I'm wrong, but the other day...
You're wrong.
The other day, Mark Cuban just came out and said that, it's probably in our best interest if we throw some games, right?
Yeah,
so what you're telling me is...
about Dallas,
well, there you go.
Texas.
That's what I'm saying. What you're telling me is that type of mentality and boldness will not work here in New York. So you think if Mills and Perry had come out and said, in our best interest, guys, we should, probably lose a couple more games. You don't think the fan base would have rejoiced behind that and be like, wow, now that's somebody we can look forward to. He's on the same page as us.
But did they say that?
No, but they're thinking it. You best believe it.
But they refuse to say that.
What I like about
they don't
Cuban,
need to.
transparency.
There you go.
The communication, the transparency.
Mark
that
Cuban
he
is
utilized,
good as what he does.
Thank you.
Last point here. In terms of building the chemistry, that's a key for any kind of organization moving forward. Specifically, like you look at the Golden State Warriors, you know, minus the cupcake squad.
They drafted all those players.
Exactly, they drafted all those players.
Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Let's look at that organization.
Lewis, let's talk to us a little bit about chemistry. You had made this point earlier in the week.
All right, so I always, again, I'm going to go back to the Bulls. I'm going to reference that team because that championship team, and you look at any team that's won in that in any dynasty, San Antonio Spurs, every player has a clearly defined role, okay? So if you're having a team...
Meanwhile, we're struggling with our franchise point guards role.
Yeah. I mean, that's
That's
kind of part of the whole thing, though. It's part of the whole thing is now delineating these roles to players and bringing in pieces. I believe that we have a great young core. And I think that if you look at the projection of their statistics and you keep on going year by year, our core is going to be absolutely amazing. It's time to add just pieces, complementary pieces.
I agree.
Yes,
I'm with you 100%.
Okay, I think we have the future ahead of us. Now it's time to add these complementary.
Wait, I'm confused now.
Okay.
Who's amazing here?
Oh,
who are we projecting is going to be amazing?
Okay, so if we look at Tim Hardaway's statistics on paper and you look at his yearly progression and you project him out in the next couple of years,
he'll be an all-star. He'll be an all-star within his contract.
His statistics are amazing.
So he'll be an all-star within his contract.
I believe so. I believe he's going to be an all-star. And on top of that, you project. Look at KP's statistics. That'll blow you out of the water. If you look at where he's going to be in 3 years, it's not time to add superstars. It's time to add these guys like Cantor, a role player. These guys that can play defense on the perimeter. You got to surround KP, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Now you're getting somewhere.
And we have some good young talent at point guard. I am a Frank fan, so I really think Frank's going to be something. He's 19 years old. We got to give him a shot.
I mean, statistically, he's actually doing better than Dennis Smith Jr. Statistically, hold on. Not in terms of the high flying, the points per game. We're actually talking about the effectiveness on the floor, like advanced analytics. He's leading the Knicks to more wins, whereas when DSJ is on the court, he's leading the Mavs to more losses.
Well, that's kind of.
We're talking about offense and defense.
Yeah, sure, but that's kind of a trick statistic right there because the Mavericks are worse off. Okay, they have a lot less talent.
But technically speaking,
so the fact that Dennis Smith is on the court,
on the floor.
Yeah, but he has less talent around him than the Knicks did. But
But
that's
they're
not
projected to
listen,
win.
I want to touch
Very
on one thing.
good.
I want to touch on one thing that you said,
Sure.
and this is a huge thing for me, right? You said we have to surround KP with talent, not just talent, but specific catered talent to his skill set.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Absolutely.
I feel like the Knicks haven't done a good enough job of finding players that cater to KP's skill set.
Absolutely, and a lot of people are thinking what you're thinking. A lot of fans and a lot of people in the that are close to the organization are thinking what you're thinking as well.
And it's unfortunate too because, and you just touched on Tim Hardaway Jr., who I'm a huge fan of.
Huge.
But throughout the whole season, we've played him out of position. He's played at the 3.
Yeah.
This is his first year as a starter, number 1, and we're playing him at small forward. I'm not quite understanding here how that dynamic fits.
That's a huge point.
I don't think KP is fully developed enough to understand what we need to surround him by yet, because we still don't know if he's going to play the 5 or the 4 for the long run. So,
But that's an issue.
Well,
he's 4 years in.
But that's why
and you don't know
going
whether he's a
back
4 or
to your
5.
point on the quote unquote amazing players. He just got off of, or he's coming off of a severe injury.
That sets us back.
We don't know what's going to happen. That's the scary part.
Yeah, for us.
So
that's super. That's super scary.
overall, let's just go around the horn to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Tanker culture. I need one or the other.
Tank this year, culture forward.
Is it one or the other?
I'm going to give you the political answer. Tank this year, culture forward.
Politically correct.
Yes.
Here. All right, what do you got? Tank or culture?
I'm with Lewis. I'm going to say we can
You're
still...
saying tank.
Wait, it doesn't matter. I'm going to say we can still tank while maintaining the culture.
Okay. Jay.
Tank, baby.
Culture, baby. See how easy that one was? All right, guys. So once again, check out LaCalleTv. Our man Lewis, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate it, brother.
Go Knicks.
It's the MadGood Knicks Show, baby.
Woo!
Welcome to You Wit It or Not, your favorite game show's favorite game show. Basically how the game works is we posted a bunch of questions on Instagram. It's Team TK versus Team J for the gold. All they have to do is guess where the fans answered. You with it or nah? Let's kick it off. And here we go. Welcome to America's favorite game show's favorite game show. You with it or nah?
Same winner, same loser.
All you guys have to do is just see where the fans answered and guess that right.
Yo, host, I have a quick blurb. I gotta chat with you real quick.
What's up?
I'm tired of beating the same guy, man. Can we bring in some new comp for me?
Well, let's see if you can pull this one off, and then we'll talk about new competition.
I'm like Rocky in the meat freezer, just beating up this piece of meat right here.
I'm just on the reserve right now. I don't want to embarrass anybody.
Let's
see. Let's see how it goes. All right, question number 1, guys. If you had to pick a new coach, if you had to pick a new coach from these two, who you got? Jeff Van Gundy or Mark Jackson? Team J, we're gonna start with you.
I would personally want Jeff Van Gundy back, but I think the fans went with Mark Jackson.
Team TK?
I love Jeff, man, but I'm going to go with Mark Jackson. I know what the fans want.
All right, with 65% of the vote, it was Mark Jackson.
You know why? To be honest with you, most of our fans they weren't even around.
That's why I was like, I already knew it was
Mark. They don't even know. They just know him as the Rockets coach with Yao Ming and stuff. They don't even know.
Oh, God. All right, question number 2.
Nombre dos.
Nombre dos.
Who would you rather move forward with as the franchise point guard if you had to pick one? Emmanuel Mudiay or Frank Ntilikina?
Shit. This is difficult.
Shit.
Team TK, we're going to start with you.
God.
Oh, man.
A lot of people still have like hope in Frank. I don't get it. Franchise point guard, man. This is. I know this is going to be the I don't know what to go with here.
This is the de facto question for you.
Yeah, this is maybe the make or break, guys. I'm gonna go with Trey Burke.
All right, you're gonna take the L on this one.
All right, no. All right. I'm going. Dude, Frank.
That's final answer.
Why is he sweating bullets?
I have no idea.
He's taking this very serious.
All right, Team J, what do you got?
I don't like to lose, unlike the Knicks.
I'm thinking the fans somehow think Frank.
Oh, thank God. So I don't lose this regardless.
With 57% of the vote, you both are right.
Oh, my God. The fans are ridiculous.
I don't know how.
The fans want Frank, the franchise point guard.
All right. Question number, Trace. Yes or no to a 2-year, $20 million contract for Mike Beasley? Yes or no? Where did the fans vote?
That's $10 million.
Team J, what do you got?
I'm going to go with no.
You're going to go with no? Team TK?
I'm going to go with yes.
You go with yes. With 57% of the vote, the fans voted yes to that contract.
I am not going to lose, baby!
Really?
I do not lose.
Really?
All right, Team TK leading by 1. Question number 4. One more question after this, guys. Yes or no to a KP extension for $180 million, 5 years? Yes or no? And since we're coming down the stretch, I need to hear a percentage from you guys, too. So closest up or down. Closest up or down. You got to give me a percentage on where the fans voted. So Team J.
Running the table here.
I'm going to go with they want him to stay for that price. Percentage-wise, I'm going to go with 73%.
Team TK.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. They want him to stay. So we need him. I'm gonna go with a whopping 91%.
Ooh. And you said
73. Damn.
Literally by a percentage point. 84% of the fans voted yes.
You know what it is? I will not lose, but I'm in tune with the fans. The fans and we're right here.
All right, well, final question worth 3 points. So you could very well lose.
I just might as well throw every single question.
And I need a percentage on this one too. So
you're not getting shit from me anymore.
Will the Knicks make the playoffs next year? Yes or no? And by how much percentage-wise did the fans vote? Team TK. You are up by 2 right now, so if you lose this, you lose.
I haven't.
Sounds like a personal problem. Hurry up.
Fans, help me out here. Come on. You see, I'd be mistreated. I'm being mistreated on this game show. The champion gets mistreated. Come on.
It's like the Patriots.
Yeah, well, they just keep winning. So.
Nobody wants to see this final.
Will the Knicks make the playoffs next year?
I'm gonna go no. The fans aren't stupid, and I'm gonna go with.
Contrary to the Frank question.
that was one particular question where the fans were being really idiotic. I'm going to go with no, they're not going to make the playoffs, and the percentage is 63.
Team J.
Yeah. We're not going to the playoffs. I'm going to go with like 56%.
All right. The answer was no, so you both got that right. And it's between 4 percentage points away and 3 percentage points away, with 59% of the vote. So Jay, with 56, you got that one right.
Ooh.
Therefore, the champion has been dethroned. Yo, you were 1 percentage point off.
I love how the system works.
You were 1 percentage point
I love
off.
how
That's
the system
crazy.
works.
63 to 56. Oh my god.
This is like gerrymandering.
All right, gents.
This is totally gerrymandering.
Until next
This is
time,
bullshit.
Gerrymandering.
we will see you then.
Fans, we're supposed to be together.
Gerrymandering. So we're talking to you guys about the upcoming draft class. Some of the players, I'm going to be starting with Kevin Knox. So, Mr. Knoxville, Mr. I hold the gold. I can shoot pretty much from anywhere on the floor. He has an amazing arc to his shot. He really pretty much can score anywhere on the floor. We talk about mid-range, we're talking about the three-point. Very fluid for his size, we do have to say. His comparison right now, roughly, is actually Paul George. A little bit of a Tobias Harris in there as well. He pushes the ball any opportunity that he gets. In terms of some of the weaknesses for Kevin Knox, if you're pushing the ball, what are you doing pushing the ball with your damn head down, man? You gotta at least scan the field for those outlet passes. That's where the damn association's at now. Also, he needs to probably decide on a position. He might be better suited at the 4 in the A. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he actually will go into. He needs to add some strength and mature physically still, but you can argue that with a few college players out there. So that's a little bit on Kevin Knox. He's measuring at 6'9", 206 pounds. Let's see if someone like him can contribute on the Knicks. I mean, I'm pretty sure we can take anything we can get, and I'm gonna pass it off to some of the other guys where they're gonna speak on both Bridges.
All right, guys, next up, Miles Bridges, Michigan State's very own, and of course projected that a lot of Knick fans want him, and he might actually come to us. So let's talk about this combo forward. First of all, combo. So he is pretty good at defense, can grab boards like no others, has a pretty solid stroke from 3, and he can finish at the basket. Very explosive, very athletic. Now talking about some of the cons to his game. Mid-range, kind of questionable. What is he going to actually play when he comes to the NBA? He's listed at 6'7". A lot of people have his actual height around 6'5", 6'6". Keep in mind, that's the same height as Frank Ntilikina. So can he be a true small forward in the NBA? To be determined. Final con of his, and maybe not, but he depends a lot on his athleticism. So how far can that get him in the NBA? We're not 100% sure. All I know is the Knicks are hungry for someone with his type of athleticism, with his type of drive and hunger that he brings to every single game. That's Miles Bridges. Let us know what you guys think about him in the comments. Until now, let's take it away to the other Bridge.
What's going on, guys? I'm back to talk about the other Bridges, the one hailing from Villanova, 6'7", small forward, slender build, 210 weight. And guess what, guys? He's a two-way player. This guy, LaCalle Bridges, the one and only. Big thing about him is he's got some wingspan. 7 feet, that is, and he can defend. Averaging 1.4 blocks and 1.7 steals per 40 minutes. I know it's college, he's a junior, so he's a little seasoned. I'm excited to see this kid in the NBA next season. Hopefully he can fall to the Knicks. Our range is about 6 to 8 right now. We'll see if we can pick him up. A couple of cons in his game, he has to work on his jump shot. It's been improving. He's got a nice three-pointer, but it's not consistent enough for me. I think he can develop into a great two-way talent in the next level, and we'll see if he falls to the Knicks. All right, guys, I think we covered top 3 of the players for the Knicks' potential range right now. We'll stay tuned. We'll be covering a lot more. See you guys.
All right, guys, welcome back. It's the MadGood Knicks Show featuring LaCalleTv, Lewis, Jay, TK, I'm Far. Guys, this segment,
Thank you.
this segment, top priorities for the Knicks. We got a lot of stuff to worry about this offseason. So I want to hear top 3 from each of you guys. We'll have a quick rapid reaction as we go around. I'm timing you guys, so you better hurry up. T, you want to kick this one off?
Yeah, first things first, guys. Going into the offseason, we have to figure out who our coach is going to be going forward.
Yes.
So that's got to be my number 1 priority. Number 2, we have to find a way to get more athletic, whether that's in the draft or free agency. I know we don't have a lot of money to play with this season, but we have to get more athletic. And number 3, we have to find shooters. We have to get shooters in this lineup. Courtney Lee has done great. Tim Hardaway has done a decent job when healthy, but we have to find more shooting in this lineup.
I got my quick rapid reaction specifically to the last one. I agree with, coaching should be a priority. I don't know if it's top, but athleticism, obviously, the Knicks are not athletic. Number 3, though, we surrounded ourselves with shooters this past year. What's to say that that's? I mean, Doug McDermott was a shooter.
Was he?
Like Tim Hardaway Jr. got a 4-year contract as a shooter. So
he looked more like a slasher to me.
It's unfortunately, yeah. But like, I can't. I don't trust the Knicks to just get shooters.
Right. Okay. That's understandable.
So having that as a priority, I don't know.
So what would be your 3?
All right, well, my turn. I thought you'd never ask.
That's what this was all about.
You know what I was going to say? So you're just going to say my top 2 were obvious, and my third one you don't know. Go ahead.
Number 3. So number 3 for me, I'll go in reverse order. Is a coaching strategy. So whether that is, and again, number 3. This is number 1. This is number 3. A coaching strategy for us has to be, all right, if we keep Jeff Hornacek, what is the purpose? Is he going to mess around with these lineups? What's going to happen? Because to be 100% honest, I'm not quite sure that the Knicks want to get rid of Jeff Hornacek. So we'll see what happens. Number 2, we need to be honest about what's going to happen with KP. What's going to be happening with his timing? How realistic is it that a 7'3" person is actually going to come back on the court and be just as athletic or better or make that next step forward in 2 to 3 years for us to actually have him be the franchise player? They need to be real with the fans so there's no confusion. They need to be real with the Knicks so that there's no confusion. Number 1 priority, figure out who the hell our franchise point guard is. Because I do not think what they're doing with Frank right now is smart, because we got Moutier, we got Trey Burke. Both are very viable options. Meanwhile, we're playing our franchise point guard at the 2 spot, guys. Thoughts?
Well, I am so glad that you tried to pick apart mine, because I have something for you, my friend.
Tell.
All right, so that number 1 priority, I do agree with you that we do need to figure out who our franchise point guard is. But at the same time, I will say this. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we should trade Frank high right now. Because, wait, hold on, listen. Because we have Moutier and Trey Burke. Frank probably has the most upside, and trade value. But we're playing him at the 2. I don't think he's going to start next year. And if he doesn't start next year, he's probably not going to start the following year after that.
I guess it just depends on who the hell they want to start at point guard and what they want to do with Frank.
I'm rooting for Trey Burke.
Ooh. Oh, I like Trey a lot.
Yeah,
okay.
Big time. Lewis, let's see what you got, man.
All right, so we got to run cross screens and run plays, actual plays for Porzingis.
Agreed. For Porzingis.
In Europe, yeah. In Eurobasket, they used to run low cross screens for him. He used to catch the ball on the block, turn around, layup, or jump shot. You got to do that. Jeff Hornacek or any coach has to do that. That's number 1. Number 2, we have to shore up the defense. Okay, we got to build this whole thing, this whole culture on defense, because until we're good enough, until we have the talent, chemistry, it's not going to go anywhere without perimeter defense. That's number 2. Number 3 is going to be fast break points. We're 29th in the league in fast breaking. Okay. 2-point baskets.
Tim Hardaway is 29th in the league in fast break, because that's all. That's all.
It's so sad that the coaching staff doesn't see this. But anyway, fast break. We're going to get more athletic guys. We have athletic guys to do it right now, but we're just not doing it. 2-point baskets are much easier on the break than they are in a half court offense. Plus, it's more exciting.
You know what's crazy about what you're saying? Like, that's just this is stuff that NBA teams should always
Right.
fix.
And they should value these things, you know?
And meanwhile, this is not even like probably a top 10 priority for the Knicks.
Not.
Because we have much bigger issues to work.
And if you look at the statistics in the history of the last 10 years, the Knicks have always been at the bottom in terms of fast breaking guys.
Yeah.
Amongst a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Guys, any other reaction?
I mean, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Man, what you said about KP, I was highly disappointed in Jeff's 2 seasons as head coach because something that he did in Phoenix a lot was he ran that double high pick and roll set where the 2 bigs would come out, set screens, and have the point guard roll and, you know, create something out of that. I haven't seen that once.
Yeah, I don't
That's
get
killing
it.
me. Especially, you got to run more plays for Porzingis, like you
The
said.
beginning of the season, I know this from the inside. They don't have plays for Porzingis. Think about that.
That's awful.
But he's the focal point of your offense.
Yeah. I mean, and they were including him more in the beginning of the season, and then afterwards they fell out of running the offense through
You're
KP.
right.
I don't get it.
Yep.
Save the prettiest for last.
Oh, thank you.
We did his makeup prior to
Mine's
that,
going to
so-
be short and quick, as most of you guys have already reiterated some of these facts. Coaching is going to be my first priority. Whether it's Doc Rivers coming in, whether it's Jason Kidd coming in, whether it's Mark Jackson coming in.
Action Jackson, baby.
Yeah, there we go. We need coaching. Second, we need to clear the books. And we can still do that in the offseason. For me, clearing the books, having flexibility is key moving forward. Third, we need to hire Tony Robbins to come in after halftime for the whole season and inspire the team for the second half of every game to be able to do this and play hard.
This is the type of nonsense that the Knicks
I
do.
love it.
This is what we have to think about as Knicks fans.
It's actually not a bad idea.
Seriously, tell me it's a bad idea. Come on.
Oh, man.
No one says it's a bad
Yeah,
idea.
$10 million a year isn't enough to play it hard. We need Tony Robbins. Seriously.
I mean, you know, what can I do with $10 million anymore?
All right, well, I have nothing to say. I mean, yes, you win this one. All right, guys, so let us know what you think in the comments. What would be your top 3 priorities for the New York Knicks this offseason as a coaching, point guard, Tony Robbins, whoever you want to bring in as a motivational speaker? I don't know, guys.
Bring back Phil.
If you do that, you immediately get blocked from the forum.
Phil for what?
Thanks again,
Wait, before
Lou.
we close out,
Yo.
man. Lewis, pleasure, man. You came
Yes.
prepared. You brought it. Knicks
Yeah.
fans, check him out.
Yes.
I appreciate it,
God,
man.
And go watch the MadGood Knicks Show and comment.
And
thumbs
go
up.
check out LaCalleTv and my man Lewis, the Knicks reporter for LaCalle, and the Instagram, all down here below. Guys, thanks again, and gals, excuse me. Thanks again for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
It's been fun.
And that's a wrap. Special thanks to LaCalleTv and Lewis for joining us on the program. Let us know what you guys thought about overall, from the game show that we had to the question of the day on what the priority should be. You heard all of our priorities, and I think that we've got a lot to work on.
Far said it.
I said it. I said it indeed.
Guys, make sure keep those comments coming. We love interacting with you guys, love getting your opinions. And special thanks to all those guys who commented on Far's video about taxing the owners. We love your guys' thoughts. We love your guys' opinions. Keep them coming.
Absolutely.
Parlay them.
And in the meantime, Jay, what's going on with you, man?
No, man, life's good. Yeah.
Far said it.
All right, cool. I said it. You heard it here first. So again, thanks to LaCalleTv. We'll catch you guys next time here on the MadGood Knicks Show. Like, comment, subscribe. T, you know what to do. Take it away with Glass yourself.
My little croissant.
What's up, guys? This is TK. What's up, guys? This is your boy TK, aka John Legend, as you guys know. I want to thank you guys for watching, and please make sure you do subscribe. And if you like what you saw from previous episodes, or if you just like our faces, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. But wait, please hit that like, comment, and share as well. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.